So here we are at the end of our beginners series, and today we are going to link everything that we have learnt previously together in a relatively short yoga flow. As always, it will be gentle and I will be encouraging you to move with your breath. So always tune into how you are breathing and use that as a barometer for how you should be moving your body. As always, we are going to start by taking a moment to really tune into how our mind and our body is feeling. So find a comfortable seated position, whatever that may be for you. I'm sitting on my knees today. Let your hands just rest in your lap wherever they fall. And you can close your eyes if you wish, or just focus on a point in front of you. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose, feeling the expansion of your belly as you breathe in, maybe even resting your hands on your tummy, so that as you draw that inhale, you can feel your belly rise. And then as you exhale, just noticing the fall of the belly, the return of your belly button towards the spine, and all the while finding softness through the chest and the shoulders. So when you breathe in, you're not reaching the shoulders up to the ears or drawing tension into the hands or the arms. You're feeling relaxed and you're allowing your breath to tell your mind that all is well. Just taking a couple of settling breaths at the start of our practice. This is a short practice, but if you find at any time during the day you need to take a moment of stillness and calm, then bring yourself into a comfortable position and truly focus on your breathing. See if you can eliminate all other distractions and sounds around you. And just for 5 breaths, draw a deep inhale and a long exhale, almost as a way to reset yourself for the rest of your day. But now we are going to move over onto all fours, just coming into a spinal stretch through our cat-cow. The fingers are wide on the mat and we're pressing into the palms and the fingertips. The knees are stacked underneath the hips and the spine is long. And as we draw that inhale, so we sink the belly and just lift the tailbone. And then as the exhale is released, we round through the spine, tucking chin to chest. Just moving through this 2 or 3 times to coordinate our breath with our movement. Last time, moving it through our cat-cow. And then returning into our neutral spine position, where we're going to tuck the toes underneath us, keeping those hands glued to the earth, and just lift the knees off the mat about, a few inches. So we're drawing our belly button in, introducing a little bit of strength as we hold it here, always pulling the belly button in to protect the lower spine, and then continue to lift the hips up and backwards, moving the feet if you need to find your position in downward facing dog. So we're not trying to cram the heels to the floor, we're finding length through the spine. And we can bring a stretch into the back of the legs by bending one knee and lowering the opposite heel towards the floor. From our downward facing dog, we're going to lift our right heel towards the ceiling and bend the knee in towards the nose. Drop the foot to the earth. Maybe give the leg a little bit of a helping hand if you need to get it towards the top of the mat. We can drop the knee to the floor, or we can stay lifted on that back foot as we just reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. As we breathe out, we return the right hand towards the earth and step it back into our downward facing dog, just re-establishing the foundation of the foot position. Inhale, take that left foot up, bend the knee in towards the nose, and then take the left foot with a little bit of a helping hand towards the top of the mat. Drop the knee to the floor or stay lifted as we inhale, reaching that left arm up. Exhale, hand returns to the earth. Step the foot back into your downward facing dog. And then from here, walking the feet up towards the hands. Take as deep a bend in the knees as you need to slowly bring yourself, in whichever way you choose, up to a standing position. Coming into mountain pose, so planting our feet underneath the hips. Lift the shoulders to the ears, roll them back and down, and just let your arms hang loosely down by your side. So you're in a mountain, you are feeling strong and stable and supported. Close your eyes for a moment, just so that you are aware of where you hold your weight in a standing position, whether you maybe rock forwards or backwards, maybe to one side, maybe to the other, and really push your feet into the floor so you feel really, really grounded. But at the same time, we're trying to stay lengthened and elongated through the rest of our body. Okay, so if you have your eyes closed, we're going to open the eyes and we're going to take a nice wide step out on our mat. We're going to take our left foot and turn it to the short edge of the mat. And our right foot's just going to turn in a little bit. So the legs aren't too wide here and we're keeping them straight. Lifting the arms up to shoulder height. We take a breath in and we reach our body towards that left-hand side. As we exhale, we rotate the arms over. Now this top arm, we can take it behind the back if that feels better, to really draw that top shoulder back. Keep our gaze towards our left foot, or we can look forwards, or we can look up. We have so many choices. As we come out of these straight leg positions, we bend into that front knee just to give some support through our legs, pushing down through our feet. Take a step back with that right foot. Keep a bend in that left knee and bring the arms back to shoulder height. Try not to lean forward like we did in triangle. We're now keeping our body upright and strong in our warrior pose, really reaching the fingers forwards and backwards, pushing through the feet, staying rooted, staying lifted, staying strong. Keeping our legs in this position, we are just going to flow our upper body backwards. So reaching that left arm up and behind, right shoulder away from the ear, and then bring it back into our warrior two. And one more time, just taking it backwards, keeping that bend if we can in that left knee, before bringing it back into our warrior two. Keeping our arms where they are, we're going to straighten the legs and just turn on the heels. So this time the right foot is facing the short edge of your mat and the left foot is just turned in slightly. Find your foundations before you move your upper body. So push the feet to the earth, two straight legs. We're coming into triangle on this side, rotating over. When we do the same posture on different sides of the body, it really brings your awareness to how your body moves, how it feels, and the difference between one side and the other. As I always say, we are not symmetrical beings, so what works on one side might feel completely different on the other. Bring a bend into that right knee now. Push ourselves back up, coming into warrior two, and you might need to move your feet around a little bit here, dancing your feet around to find your strong warrior, keeping the knee out towards the small toe, rooting down and staying lifted. As we keep our legs where they are, so we just move and flow through our upper body, moving with the breath, inhaling, going one way, and exhaling, moving the opposite way. One more time, taking it backwards, keeping that bottom shoulder dropped away from the ear, lengthening through that long side of the body, and returning back into our warrior. Straightening that right leg now, we're going to turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat, just lifting the shoulders up to the ears, rolling them back and down here. We're going to fold forward. I'm just going to take it back a little bit. I'm not sure how close my camera is, so my head may well go out of shot briefly. So two straight legs, we're hinging from the hips in this standing forward fold. If you need to take your hands down your legs, then please feel free to do so. As we slowly exhale with a flat back, we just travel forward to a position that feels good for you. You might be able to rest your hands on the floor, letting our head feel heavy. You may feel more comfortable resting them on the front of your legs. Your forward fold might even be just a few inches in this position, and that's okay too. Whatever feels good for you today in this moment. And when you're ready to draw yourself back up, really pull your belly button in towards your spine, always supporting your back. And we come up to standing. If you have the energy, I always say hop those feet together, or like me, we do the natty little heel toe dance to get our feet back into our mountain pose. With our feet underneath our hips, we lift our shoulders, roll them back and down. Take a nice deep breath in and a long breath out, feeling the balance between one side of the body and the other. Let's have a little balance here and bring the weight into our right foot. We're going to take our left foot into tree pose. So either toes to floor, heel to ankle, maybe slide the foot up the leg. You might be able, with the assistance of a wall, to get foot onto inner thigh. Find your focus and find your balance. Wherever your foot and your leg is, take your palms to your heart and just bring your gaze to a point in front of you, something that's hopefully not moving, and focus on your breathing. So if you hold your breath, you think you might not wobble, but that actually makes it a little bit worse. You tend to hold on to your energy, and we just want everything to flow and feel nice and easy here. Just staying in our tree pose if we can, just holding it here for 3 and 2, and on 1, we turn that left knee forward, hover it there just for a second, and then plant it back down towards the earth. Let's come on to the opposite side now. And again, what works for one side might feel different on the other side. So play around with that foot position. Toes, heel, calf, inner thigh. Again, a little bit of a wobble. And if your foot is resting either on your calf or your inner thigh, if you push foot against leg and leg against foot, that might help a little bit with the balance as well. So we are focusing, we are breathing, we are strong, and we are lifted. All these different things going on. So many different elements in our yoga practice. And in my opinion, that makes it the perfect form of movement. But I would say that, wouldn't I? Okay, we've held that for about 3 breaths. We are going to turn that right knee forward now, just hovering it in the air just for a second before returning it back towards the earth. We are going to come down onto the floor now, in whichever way you choose. I'm just going to take it nice and easy, bringing myself down, sliding it round, and coming with my legs in front of me, sitting in Dandasana, our seated staff pose. Turning the toes up to face the ceiling. The spine is long, the shoulders are soft, and we can feel those sit bones rooting to the earth. Without bringing any movement into the body, you are possibly feeling quite a stretch down the back of the legs. So we're just going to stay here for a beat or 2. Welcoming Lola onto the mat. I don't think she's going to stay with us. And then with care, bring yourself all the way down onto your back. Let me just shuffle myself on the mat a little bit here. Keeping a bend in the knees. And we're going to take our feet about hip distance. I think my ankles are roughly under my knees. It's quite hard to tell when you can't see yourself. And we are going to keep our right foot where it is and just take that left leg up towards the ceiling. So again, getting that lovely stretch down the back of the leg. If we keep the foot flexed and push the heel away, this increases the stretch as well. Let's bring our awareness back to the breath. So as we breathe in, we notice how our body is feeling, lying on the mat with the leg extended. And as we breathe out, we notice whether we've got any room to draw that leg a little bit closer in without using force from the arms, just noticing how that leg is feeling in space today. Staying here for a couple of breaths, encouraging the softness across the shoulders and through the chest. From here, we are going to take this left ankle over the right knee, maybe taking our left hand to the inside of the leg to push it out, a little stretch into the outside of that hip. And if you want to increase that stretch, we can lift the right knee up and take our hands behind that right leg as we draw the right knee in and push that left knee away from us. Returning both feet to the floor now, just for a second, maybe just windscreen wiping the knees, and then taking that right leg up towards the ceiling, choosing to either hold behind the leg or just push that heel away, listening to the breath. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, drawing that leg a little bit closer if you have the space to do that. And again, we just stay here for a couple of breaths, finding softness through the rest of our body as we draw that right leg a little bit closer, or just stay pushing that heel away from us. Taking that right ankle now over the left knee, coming into our figure of four, and we can use our right hand to push the knee away, or we can draw that left knee in, just holding gently behind the back of that left thigh. So we're drawing one knee in and pushing the other knee away from us to get that lovely stretch through the right hip. As we release the legs, hugging both in towards us, maybe lifting the head and the shoulders to give yourself a nice little tuck here, squeezing everything together before relaxing the shoulders back down on the mat, dropping the feet to the floor and taking both knees over towards the right hand side, just twisting through the center of the body here. And then inhale, take it back to center and drop it over towards the left. Another gentle twist. Inhale, bringing it back to center. Hug the knees into your chest once more. And to finish our class today, we are going to return to a seated position. So if you have a cushion or a blanket that you would like to sit on, or just sitting on your knees, or if you want to, you can remain lying down. But I'm bringing myself to seated so I can see you all. Resting our hands on our knees or in the lap, wherever they may fall. And we can softly close the eyes or just look at a point in front of us. Take a breath in, and as we take that inhale, so we lift the arms up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we touch the hands together and draw them down towards the heart. One more time. We take a nice breath in, lengthening through the arms, keeping softness through the body. Touch the palms together, and as we exhale, drawing our hands back towards our heart. Thank you so much if you have stuck with me through these 5 beginner sessions. I hope you enjoyed them. And I hope it has encouraged you to continue with the yoga practice. I have many videos for you to choose from, and I have many more to come as well. So I will see you on the mat again very soon. Namaste.